This is KFDI Country.
Hi, it's JJ Hayes. It's the Hayes Wire, and we're in my home because we just finished hosting our committee meeting for the 2016 third annual Wichita Kidney Walk. And with me is my friend Tori Snowden. Hi, Tori.
Hi, JJ.
Now, first of all, for those who don't know, you do what at the National Kidney Foundation?
I'm Development Director for the local office for the National Kidney Foundation.
It is really so wonderful to have you on site, not only for our monthly committee meetings, but also to be spearheading us and keeping us kind of focused on what's going to be really a bigger and better event than the previous two. It keeps on growing every year. And we're going to get to the Kidney Walk, which is coming up October 22nd at Newman University. So while you're thinking about that, put that smartphone reminder in there, and we'll get back to it in just a second. But first, let's talk about the National Kidney Foundation. Michelle and I, our story, and Michelle is on the transplant list. We've learned a lot about kidneys and the National Kidney Foundation. But for someone who's first hearing about it, what does the National Kidney Foundation do?
The National Kidney Foundation is really focused on three areas, and that's raising the awareness, prevention, and treatment of kidney disease. So that's our big push with 26 million Americans at risk for kidney disease. It's a big task.
You know, and the thing is, kidney disease is much more of an issue than I think we hear about. You know, you have a lot of the I hate to call them common charities, but everyone's familiar with organizations, you know, such as the American Heart Association or something to do with cancers, you know, St. Jude or LLS or things like that. You know, so when it comes to the National Kidney Foundation, it isn't something necessarily that's top of mind, and that's kind of our goal here. I'm corporate chair. We have the walks we're doing every year, but there's so much more that the National Kidney Foundation does here in the community of Wichita, and we want to do more. Let's talk a little bit more about the kidney screening that you guys do that are free. We just did one a few months ago down at the YMCA downtown, but what do those look like?
So the Keep Healthy event and screening is an opportunity for individuals in the community to come out and go through a free screening process. It is open to anyone and everyone. You can sign up in advance. You can show up on day of event. But really what we are there for is to give individuals an opportunity to find out if they are at risk. And if they are at risk, if they're determined to be at risk, then giving them the opportunity to go through a urinalysis where we can give them some real solid data and information that they can then take back to their primary care physician.
You know, and knowing that you're at risk or not is really super important. You know, Michelle and I, we had no idea. You know, Michelle, her story, she goes into the ER with what we thought was pneumonia. It turns out it was pneumonia, but bonus, she gets a bonus issue. She gets chronic kidney disease. She actually she's in renal failure. So they decided to keep her in the hospital for a few more days. So, you know, we had, it can completely blindside you. So, you know, getting that sort of information out there and awareness is so key to what the National Kidney Foundation does. Now, another part of this is the volunteering. You guys rely heavily on volunteers. I also advocate for the National Kidney Foundation. I've gone out and done one presentation, Your Kidneys and You, where I will come to your business and I will talk to your coworkers, your employees, and I will educate you on everything that kidneys do, what they're responsible for, and kidney disease, and the risk factors, and you'll leave that presentation, which is about 20 or 30 minutes, knowing more than you could ever possibly imagine you would have known about the kidneys, because I think the common thought here is, okay, kidneys, we know the kidneys, okay, kind of act as filters. But I think that's where most of the common knowledge base stops, right?
You're absolutely right. You know, the general population, as you mentioned, is really much more educated on things like your heart. We hear about diabetes, we hear about hypertension, and the kidneys are all affected by those things. And so having an understanding of how they work, whether or not you are at risk, what they do, really gives the population, everyone out there, an opportunity to advocate for themselves, to talk to their primary care physician, you know, to have those conversations that we just typically don't think about because we aren't aware, because it's not out there the way that some of the other organizations get it out there. And that's what our job is. That's what we're here for, is to really get that information out. And JJ, as he mentioned, has done an incredible job of getting out and doing Your Kidney and You presentations. those are the kinds of opportunities that we have to get out there and raise that awareness.
You know, and I will say, the next time you go to your general practitioner, your primary care physician, if you do not ask the question, "How are my kidneys?" You're doing yourself a disservice. It's such an easy test for them to figure out how your kidneys are performing and if you're at any sort of risk whatsoever. So next time you go to see your primary care physician, just ask that question. All right, so we've covered awareness. We've covered volunteering. Let's cover fundraising. And we're going to do that because on October 22nd, we're going to be at Newman University, the 3rd annual Wichita Kidney Walk. This is going to be a blast. So let's kind of, first of all, the walk. It's kind of ceremonial. It's not like a marathon. You know, you don't have to be of any great physical ability here. It's not even a 5K. It's a ceremonial, about a 1-mile lap around Newman University, right?
That's absolutely right. We do a 1-mile opportunity. We also have a 2-mile opportunity, and I do understand that there are several folks who do like to run. So we really cover all of those bases. You can come out. You can have a great time with your family. If you are so inclined and would like to get out there and run, you have that opportunity as well. But it really is about building community and the opportunity to raise awareness in the community.
Yeah, and the event is so much fun. There's a lot of things that happen prior to the actual walk itself. There's going to be music. Adam Capps from the Adam Capps Band is going to be doing some music for us. We're going to have a couple of food trucks out there. I mean, this is really going to be a fun morning, regardless of the weather, at Newman University. And, we're looking for everything from volunteers, participants, people who want to start their own teams. If you want to join my team, if you know someone else who has a team, you can join their team. But if you feel compelled to want to get on board something and fundraise, this is definitely a great event for it. Now, if someone wants to volunteer, would they reach out to you or I directly? We can get them started as far as...
You can absolutely get them started. You can go to kidney.org/walk. You can start there. You can reach out to the local chapter, email yourself. Right. Any of those opportunities, we can get people signed up, get you started. And I know you mentioned the great opportunities for starting a team, getting involved with sponsorship. If you'd like to donate to the event, donate your time in a way of services that you'd like to help provide for our constituents that day, that'd be great.
Yep. And I, as corporate chair, would appreciate if you own a small business or work for a larger business and you think you might want to get involved on a community level, on a level of sponsorship, please email me too. All this information is going to be on the blog as far as the links and everything else you might need, so you can just point and click and phone call and get the ball rolling. But, get the fundraising going, get a team together, and there are so many easy ways to do this, from 50-50 raffles and car washes and bake sales to larger levels of fundraising, however they feel motivated to do it, right?
Absolutely. And, I'm here. The other staff are here to help coach anyone. So if you have any level of anxiety about fundraising, it really can be a lot of fun. You're doing it for a great cause. You're supporting a wonderful mission, and you've got us here to help you.
Exactly. And that's a great thing. That's been my takeaway from this whole experience is I don't feel like they've kind of just given you a whole stack of paperwork and said, okay, here you go raise us a bunch of money. There's a team effort here, which is really great, where if I have any questions, I can ask Tori. If Tori has any questions for me, she can ask me as far as how the marketing's going. So it's really a great collaborative effort. So please, if you've been thinking about getting behind a cause this year, it's the 3rd annual Wichita Kidney Walk for the National Kidney Foundation. It is October 22nd at Newman University. All the links, all the phone numbers, click on them, and let's get the ball rolling and make this a hugely successful event. Our goal is $65,000. I would like to go more than that and be greedy, and let's make it more than that. But that's our goal this year, and you can make it happen. Tori, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.